I went to school so I was warm and I had my dinner, and that was the only reason I went to school really. The only qualification I got was a certificate of pregnancy. I was pregnant at 15. I was on benefits and I thought my life was set in stone. At the age of 27, I left a violent partner and I thought, right, I'm going to start rebuilding my life. And I started off getting a little cleaning job. My manager asked me would I be interested in going on a course. And to tell you the truth, the only reason I went on that course was I thought, right, I'll get out of work for a bit. And it's a bit of a skive. Once I started learning, I did struggle. Nothing was registering. And Chris, my tutor, sat down with me. She explained it.
We had 6 months to complete the literacy course.
They got me in the classroom and said, here you go, get all those done as well. So I was bombarded with courses then, which I enjoyed every single one of them.
Karen passed, which I knew she would. She was absolutely amazing. And she said to me, I want to write a book.
I used my own life experiences. And when I started writing, it seemed to take me to a place where I was just involved with all these characters that must have been floating about in my head. And it was as if they had the pen and they was writing for me, and I was just writing and writing all the time.
I was half surprised when she rang me and said she'd completed it because it was such a short space of time. And I read the first chapter and I was blown away. And it made me laugh, it made me cry. I felt it was then too big for me.
I think it was like a week after, a publishing agent got in touch with me and said, let's have a look at it. And then they said they're going to publish it. Whilst that was going to print, I thought, I kind of like this writing. So I started the sequel to it, Black Tears. Northern Girls Love Gravy. It's a bit more raunchy than the other books. Bagheads is about drug addicts. I've had members of my family on drugs. Tea Bags and Tears, proper woman's book. The Visitors, it's a prison book. So starting from Broken Youth in 2009 to coming to book 7, it's a big journey. My first book I've turned into a script for a play. The play is now sold out at the Lowry Theatre for the 29th of June, and to watch those people that I imagined in my head be sprinkled to life is going to be amazing, and all because I went inside a classroom.
Sag einmal, kannst nicht lesen?
Wenn einer zu mir sagt, jetzt lesen wir was aus der Zeitung vor. Oder wenn in der Firma ein Arbeitsbericht zum Schreiben ist, das war für mich ein Stich ins Herz. Dann hat es mir gereicht. Ich muss dir sagen, das Lernen zahlt sich aus.
Spring über deinen Schatten, lern lesen und schreiben. Jetzt Infos unter 0664 10 660. Eine entgeltliche Information der Burgenländischen Landesregierung, unterstützt von den Burgenländischen Volkshochschulen und vom Europäischen Sozialfonds.
Mit navn det er Mikkel Ving Mikkelsen. Jeg er 18 år gammel og er netop begyndt på min HF-uddannelse, hvilket jeg egentlig indtil for et par måneder siden havde troet var helt umuligt. Så for et halvt år siden der havde tingene været meget sværere for mig i hvert fald, end de er nu. Det startede egentlig med, at jeg kom ud i en masse misbrugsproblemer. Havde svært ved at samle mig om noget som helst. Var fanget i en meget apatisk tilstand. Kunne ikke engang forholde mig til mine lektier eller til familie, venner, noget som helst. Og til sidst endte det så meget med, at jeg nærmest fik et ultimatum om enten at gøre min uddannelse færdig, som jeg kun havde haft 1,5 år af indtil videre efter folkeskolen, eller at blive smidt ud hjemmefra og risikere at stå uden støtte fra familie eller venner. Så begyndte jeg på daghøjskolen i Randers, og da jeg begyndte hernede, der var jeg ikke andet end en tom skal med et personnummer. Og så lige pludselig kom jeg ned og blev bekræftet i, at jeg også var menneskelig, og at på trods af, at man er på kontanthjælp, og man har problemer i hverdagen, og sådan noget, så blev jeg både af lærerne, men også af mine nye kammerater hernede bekræftet i, at jeg også kunne nogle ting. Jeg fik en oplevelse af, at lærerne de var enormt engagerede i deres undervisning. De ikke bare stod og snakkede til tavlen, men at de lynhurtigt sporede sig ind på de enkelte behov, som eleven havde. Og i hvert fald også mig. Altså, at jeg til sidst ikke var helt alene i verden, men at både lærere og mine kammerater hernede, de pludselig havde føling med, hvem jeg var. Og det var enormt befriende. Og nu har jeg altid været rigtig god til at skrive, for eksempel. Men har haft problemer med grammatikken og sådan noget. Ikke? Og der næsten med det samme, så fik jeg hjælp til det. Og altså, det var lige meget, hvad man spurgte om, ikke? Og så vidste man, at man ville få et svar, som man kunne bruge til noget. En af de ting, som spillede en stor rolle for mig, det var det her med hjælp til selvhjælp. Og det var også der, hvor redskaberne til den personlige del af mig, de ligesom kom i spil lynhurtigt. Og hvor der igen, som sagt, var stor fokus på individet, og på, at jeg netop havde slåsset med de her misbrugsproblemer, og lige pludselig så blev jeg sendt videre til andre instanser, som for eksempel misbrugscenteret, som det også ligger her i Randers. Og det er jeg jo naturligvis taknemmelig over, at der blev taget hånd om. Også fordi, at det har også styrket mig både også fagligt, at jeg er kommet ud af mit misbrug, og at jeg har kunnet haft mit fokus andre steder. Altså fremadrettet, så vil jeg helt sikkert gennemføre min HF-uddannelse. Og jeg havde egentlig ikke troet på, at jeg kunne gennemføre en uddannelse før. Men jeg er ikke i tvivl om, at 2 år, det kan jeg sagtens håndtere nu. Og at så er jeg ved at skrive en bog, som jeg håber, at jeg snart kan færdiggøre. Og som jeg ved, at jeg sagtens kan få gjort færdig. Og det er også noget, som jeg kan takke mit daghøjskoleophold for, fordi det har givet mig ro i sjælen til, at jeg ligesom kan koncentrere mig og samle mig om nogle ting, som indtil videre har været rigtig svære. Det er så her, hvor jeg går i skole. Efter et halvt år med rigtig mange udfordringer, så føler jeg mig egentlig styrke nok både socialt og fagligt til, at jeg ved, at jeg kan gennemføre min HF.
Becherkucha, Pechakucha, Pechakchka, Pechakcha. Wie immer, wir waren live dabei.
Pechachka ist ein Format, das in Japan entstanden ist, in einem Architekturbüro, wo man eingeschlafen ist ob der ewigen Präsentationen, und dort hat man sich die Regel einfallen lassen, 20 Folien, 20 Sekunden, und damit wurde etwas erfunden, das die damals noch gar nicht ahnen konnten, dass es ein Veranstaltungsformat werden kann, das sich weltweit verbreitet.
Tatsache ist, 15 von 100 Erwachsenen in Österreich können nicht ausreichend lesen, schreiben oder rechnen. Niemand sieht es und niemand spricht darüber. 15 von 100 Erwachsenen haben Basisbildungsbedarf und sind deshalb stark verunsichert. Lisa zum Beispiel weiß genau, was sie tun muss, wenn sie auf ein Amt geht und ein Formular rübergeschoben bekommt. Tut mir leid, ich habe meine Brille vergessen. Können Sie mir bitte das Formular ausfüllen? Tolle Strategie, Lisa.
Great for your first day. Now, see all the bread with today's date? Could you mark it down to half price?
Dad, can you help me with my homework again?
What are you stuck on now?
The sums.
Look, I don't really have time for this just now.
1 in 5 adults in Scotland needs help with reading, writing or numbers. With the Big Plus, you can brush up on your words or numbers. It's relaxed, free and could take as little as a couple of hours a week. To arrange a chat, call free on 0808 100 1080 or visit thebigplus.com.
In 100 Sekunden Alpha werden. Wusstest du, dass es in Deutschland 7,5 Millionen Erwachsene gibt, die kaum lesen und schreiben können? Also 14,5% im Alter von 18 bis 64. Das heißt, jeder 7. Erwachsene, dem du in deinem Alltag begegnest, hat Lese- und Schreibprobleme. Zum Beispiel Nico. Nico kann nicht richtig lesen und schreiben. So können verrückte Sachen in seinem Leben passieren. Zum Beispiel, wenn er sich ein Eis kauft. Nico sucht sich immer die Sorte aus, die am leckersten aussieht. Heute Schokolade. Weil er aber nicht richtig lesen kann, bestellt er vielleicht aus Versehen Nougat. Und das kann böse enden, denn er ist gegen Nüsse allergisch. Doch Nico weiß sich zu helfen. Er fragt vorsichtshalber den Verkäufer, wie die Sorten heißen. Oder anderes Beispiel. Bei der Führerscheinprüfung lernt Nico die Fragen mühevoll auswendig. Und solange er noch mit dem Bus fahren muss, fragt er gerne das Nachbarsmädchen, wann der nächste fährt. Warum hat Nico diese Probleme? Das kann viele Ursachen haben. Zum Beispiel, wenn die Eltern sich oft und heftig streiten, wenn ihnen das Kind gleichgültig ist und es mit seinen Problemen allein gelassen wird. Nikos Eltern zum Beispiel haben ihm selten vorgelesen. Das machte ihm das Lesenlernen nicht leichter. Und in der Schule ist Nico in den ersten Jahren nicht so richtig mitgekommen. Das konnte er auch später nicht mehr aufholen. Er kam mehr schlecht als recht durch, hat Hausaufgaben abgeschrieben, mündlich viel gemacht, Mitschüler ausgefragt oder mit guten Noten in Sport und Kunst ausgeglichen. Und eine Ausbildung zu bekommen, die Prüfung zu schaffen und einen Job zu kriegen, ist für Nico jetzt viel anstrengender als für die meisten. Er ist in einem Kreislauf gelandet, aus dem er ohne Hilfe nur mit großer Anstrengung wieder rauskommt. Willst du Nico helfen? Helfen kannst du als Alpha. Informiere dich auf ichance.de.
Quem se dá, quem se recusa, quem procura, quem alcança, quem defende, quem acusa, quem se gasta e quem descansa, quem faz nós, quem os desata, quem morre, quem ressuscita. Inquietou-se o meu olhar no teu, perdida nos pensamentos, onde me escondo.
Kolbenfresser mit P und Doppel-Z, Reifen mit A, I und ohne E. Auf die Idee muss man überhaupt erst mal kommen. Alter, wo hast denn das her, Mann? Ein Deckel und kein Dickel, eine Scheibe und keine Schäbe. Zerdeck mit Ä. Hast du denn nie schreiben gelernt? Was soll das für eine Scheiße sein, Mann? Soll ich dem Chef das geben? Ich glaube, das schreibst du besser lieber nochmal neu.
Über 7 Millionen Menschen in Deutschland können nicht richtig lesen und schreiben. Das Alpha-Telefon hilft weiter. Kostenlos unter 0800 5333 4455. Schreib dich nicht ab. Lern lesen und schreiben.
Hi, my name's Judith Keane. I'm 41 and I did the write-on.ie. I went back because there was a lot of maths on it and maths wouldn't be my best subject. So I wanted to learn more about maths so then I'd have it to help my sons and things with homework and for myself as well to get more knowledge. First went on there, well I had to register and get my password, and then it explains it quite well what you have to go into, and you can pick either write-on level 2 or 3, so I chose to do level 3. And then from that you just go in and you do your lessons and gradually work through each lesson, and then at the end of it you have the assessments. Some of it was difficult, but I think if you just plod on, and there's always help at the end of the phone with the NALA team. And I was in contact with one of the tutors and it was really good, and we could send messages as well on the website, so there was always help available. Well, I've learned more about maths and I've got my award now, so I'm trying to work up now to get the whole major award, so just a few things left to finish on it, but I have something now in writing that says I can do maths. I now know how to measure my triangles and rectangles, and at least I can help my sons when he come home with his homework, so that's the real benefit. So the EAEA, I've actually told a few people about it, and I know somebody else has actually done it. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It's really good.
One of my main hobbies is photography, and I belong to a camera club, and they always talk about the use of the internet and how they correspond with each other and send their photographs by internet. And I thought it was time I joined in with things, and I started to make inquiries as to where I should go to find out about it. So I'd heard about this organisation that operated from the prison, and so I went up there to inquire about it. Deborah comes down from the Prison Officers Association Training Centre. She comes down and goes through a process of what we did last week and the week before, and then we move on. And then out comes a little notebook. Because I can't write and do what she's telling me to do at the same time, she keeps the notebook for me. And it's a little Bible. And I haven't looked back. I mean, internet now to me is an absolute part of everyday life. In the past, living alone, I always had to rely on the telephone. But there's nothing that you can't do virtually on internet. Particularly now with Skype, ring them up, talk to them, not only talk to them, see them. Well, one of the ladies in one of my groups now, her son has just had his first, his wife's just had her first baby. They don't live near to each other, and I invited them down to see how it worked with me, because I correspond to some old friends of mine who are now in Australia. She is now on Skype. She wasn't before. How nice it was now to her son, talk to her son, see her son, and see the baby, as well as hearing it crying its eyes out. So she's over the moon with this. Let me tell you that age is no bar to anything that you want to do. If you want to do something, don't let age worry you. Let other people worry about your age. If you want to do it, get on and do it. And that's exactly what I've done. People say to me, oh, you don't really bother with things like that. But I wouldn't be without it.
I started work as a warehouse operative, sweeping the floor. I knew there had to be more. When I started on my journey of education, I was very nervous and apprehensive. Now I'm doing the social science degree. It's opened up a whole new world to me. It's for myself, but also to give my children a better life.
The AINTUS Adult Learners Festival, February 25th to March 2nd. Find an event happening near you at adultlearnersfestival.com or contact AINTUS on 01406 8220.
Jeg heter Ali Abdulhakim, og jeg fra Somalia, fra Sør-Somalia. Integrering, det et ukjent begrep for somalere. Hva integrering? Og jeg synes det integrerende å lære språket. Det nøkkel. Så integrering for meg betyr at folk skal lære språket, skal utdanne seg, få et fagbrev og jobbe for at du skal klare det bra i livet ditt.
Min tidligere bakgrunn som rusmisbruker. Jeg har vært aktiv rusmisbruker i Oslo i 12-13 år. Jeg var en av de som kunne være nede på Plata ved Oslo S, for eksempel. Sliten, tynn, neddoppa, innbrudd, ja, vinningskriminalitet generelt sett. Prostitusjon, altså jeg har på en måte vært innom det meste. Vært inne og sona noen dommer, vært inn og ut av flere rusbehandlinger. Kommer ikke fra noen rik familie, men heller ikke noen fattig familie. Helt ordinær arbeidsklassefamilie. Det her tror jeg handler mest om at jeg selv var dårlig på å ta valg i den perioden.
Jeg har vært i mottaken i 2 år. I januar 2007 da begynte jeg på norskkurset. Det tok 6 måneder for meg for å studere norsk. Jeg studerer ennå, men for å komme det nivået som jeg skulle være. Og etter det så begynte jeg noe som heter grunnskole for voksenopplæring. Og jeg tok 1 år, og da klarte jeg også. Jeg kan jo studere noe. Jeg kan begynne noe som interessant for meg. Og det var å studere allmennfag. April 2009 så søkte jeg på høyskole flere steder i Norge. Brukte 6 september sykepleier, og da kom jeg inn sykepleier her i Fredrikstad. Noen ganger så var det slitsomt. Ikke forstår hva som skjer. Da måtte jeg lese opp flere ganger om og igjen. Hvis du hører på en lærer, du lærer ikke noe. Men du kommer til å bli kjent hva han snakker om. Men når du studerer selv, da lærer du noe. Da kan du si, ja, nå har jeg skjønt det. Ikke sant? Og så begynner det å koble seg inn.
Konkurssveis. Det er en dårlig råsveis, det vet du. Musikk i fengsel og frihet et tilbud til oss damene som satt inne på Bredtvet fengsel. Og der fikk jeg mulighet til å være med. Og for meg så var det på en måte litt sånn pause i det å sitte i fengsel. Syns det var veldig ålreit. Det var liksom mitt friområde. Det var kjempeviktig for meg å ha musikken, for jeg synes i perioder var det tungt å sitte inne. Etter løslatelse så har jeg brukt musikk også som en form for mestring og sosialisering. Motivasjonen min for utdanning har egentlig alltid vært der. Jeg har alltid egentlig, fra jeg var liten, vært flink på skolen. Når jeg begynte på skolen på Bredtvet, så var jeg i utgangspunktet spent på hvordan hodet skulle fungere. Og det fungerte overraskende bra. Og så fikk jeg litt mestring på det. Og begynte å ta generell studiekompetanse der. Og det fortsatte jeg med ute når jeg ble løslatt. Og så søkte jeg meg på sosialhøyskolen og begynte der. Og syntes egentlig det gikk veldig greit. Da fullførte jeg første semester og førsteårspraksis. For en person som kommer fra min bakgrunn, så det veldig positivt å komme i gang med skole. Jeg innbiller meg det at via skole og utdanning så kan man bygge seg en litt tryggere plattform tilbake til et arbeidsliv, for eksempel.
Det en stor glede og ære å være invitert til å delta på læringsdagene for voksne. Og jeg har den store glede å be årets læringshelt, Korane Ali, om å komme opp for å ta imot prisen.
Etter jeg har fått denne prisen, så vil jeg bidra de små ungene som trenger det, som står fast, som går på skolen, men har ikke noe motivasjon. Hver torsdag så blir det leksehjelp i en lokal sted her i Fredrikstad. Alle ungdommer og barna kommer, de sitter og leser for egen hånd. Og når de står fast, så rekker de opp hånda, da får de hjelp. Og de synes at jeg har fått de hjelpene de trengte det. Når jeg får noe, så vil jeg gi tilbake noe andre som trenger det. Jeg kjenner mange norske venner, men de er ikke de beste vennene jeg har. Så jeg har veldig få. Man trenger tid til å få den gode venner man ønsker. Vi inviterer hverandre, spiser sammen og prater og sitter. Se på samme fotball og gjøre noe som er interessant. Og det blir gøy i kveld. Da får vi god mat med tradisjonsmat. Hvor alle ønsker å smake kammelkjøtt. Og det har vi gjort også.
Nå i dag så jobber jeg med straffedømte i stiftelsen Wayback Liv etter soning. Altså i utgangspunktet så startet jeg i Wayback som fadder. Som frivillig fadder. Begynte å jobbe opp mot Bredtvet kvinnefengsel. Og min oppgave først og fremst som fadder er jo å snakke med de innsatte om hva som skal skje etter løslatelsen. Og følge opp helst fra porten og ut. For jeg har fått en diplom som det står årets læringshelt på. Jeg hadde aldri trodd jeg skulle få prisen, og jeg synes jo det var veldig hyggelig. Og det er på en måte en sånn bekreftelse på at jeg har gjort noe riktig underveis da. De viktigste grunnene til at jeg har kommet dit jeg er nå i dag, det er jo at jeg ikke har gitt meg. Og at jeg har bestemt meg ordentlig. Jeg har kjæreste, jeg har 2 katter som liksom er barna mine. Jeg kjøpte leilighet, og det var stort. Det var kjempestort. Hele veien så har det vært sånne små lyspunkter som gjør at man oppdager at man kanskje gjør noe som er mer viktig nå enn man gjorde før.
Grunnen at jeg lykkes, for det første jeg må si jeg har god helse. For det andre så har jeg tro på meg. Og for det tredje så det var hardt arbeid. Og jeg hadde fokus på det jeg gjorde det, eller det jeg gjør. Og det er det som er resultatet for at jeg klarte det.
After I had my son, I decided that I wanted a better life for him. One of the positive things about going back to education is helping my son with his schoolwork. It won't be as hard on him to learn when I'm there to help him. It's different learning when I'm older because I want to learn. Now I enjoy it so much knowing that I'm getting something out of it for myself and my son.
The Aintus Adult Learners Festival, February 25th to March 2nd. Find an event happening near you at adultlearnersfestival.com or contact Aintus on 01406 8220.
Uvijek kasnite. Mislite da je prekasno? Nije. Za učenje nikad nije kasno.
U cijeloj Hrvatskoj, u vašem gradu, u vašem mjestu održavaju se tematske radionice, sajmovi obrazovanja, edukativne tribine, izložbe.
Posjetite obrazovne ustanove i neko od događanja u sklopu Tjedna cjeloživotnog učenja i saznajte zašto nikad nije kasno za učenje.
Tjedan cjeloživotnog učenja 6. po redu održava se od 24. do 30. rujna u organizaciji Agencije za strukovno obrazovanje i obrazovanje odraslih.
Više informacija na cjelozivotno-ucenje.hr.
In 14 Tagen können Sie das Arbeiten beginnen. Darf ich Sie nur bitten, mir das noch vorher auszufüllen?
Tausende haben Probleme mit dem Lesen, Schreiben und Rechnen.
Es ist nie zu spät. Die Kärntner Volkshochschulen. Kurse kostenlos.
Schatz, ich muss dir was gestehen.
Tausende haben Probleme mit dem Lesen, Schreiben und Rechnen. Es ist nie zu spät. Die Kärntner Volkshochschulen. Kurse kostenlos.
I went to school so I was warm and I had my dinner, and that was the only reason I went to school, really. The only qualification I got was a certificate of pregnancy. I was pregnant at 15. I was on benefits and I thought my life was set in stone. At the age of 27, I left a violent partner and I thought, right, I'm going to start rebuilding my life. And I started off getting a little cleaning job. My manager asked me would I be interested in going on a course. And to tell you the truth, the only reason I went on that course was I thought, right, I'll get out of work for a bit. And it's a bit of a skive. Once I started learning, I did struggle. Nothing was registering, and Chris, my tutor, sat down with me and she explained it.
We had 6 months to complete the literacy course.
They got me in the classroom and said, here you go, get all those done as well. So I was bombarded with courses then, which I enjoyed every single one of them.
Karen passed, which I knew she would. She was absolutely amazing. And she said to me, I want to write a book.
I used my own life experiences. And when I started writing, it seemed to take me to a place where I was just involved with all these characters that must have been floating about in my head. And it was as if they had the pen and they was writing for me, and I was just writing and writing all the time.
I was half surprised when she rang me and said she'd completed it because it was such a short space of time. And I read the first chapter and I was blown away. And it made me laugh, it made me cry. I felt it was then too big for me.
I think it was like a week after, a publishing agent got in touch with me and said, let's have a look at it. And then they said they're going to publish it. Whilst that was going to print, I thought, I kind of like this writing. So I started the sequel to it, Black Tears. Northern Girls Love Gravy. It's a bit more raunchy than the other books. Bagheads is about drug addicts. I've had members of my family on drugs. Teabags and Tears, proper woman's book. The Visitors, it's a prison book. So starting from Broken Youth in 2009 to coming to book 7, it's a big, big, big journey. My first book I've turned into a script for a play. The play is now sold out at the Lowry Theatre for the 29th of June. And to watch those people that I imagined in my head be sprinkled to life is going to be, it's going to be amazing. And all because I went inside a classroom.
Tausende haben Probleme mit dem Lesen, Schreiben und Rechnen. Es ist nie zu spät. Die Kärntner Volkshochschulen. Kurse kostenlos.
Did you know that 1 in 5 people who live in Scotland have difficulty with reading, writing or using numbers? It can affect people's lives in all sorts of ways. For some it means difficulty understanding or filling in forms. For others it means avoiding promotion or training at work, or not being able to help their kids with their homework. And it can also mean missing out on lots of the good things in life, at work and at home. That's why the Big Plus is here. It puts people in touch with hundreds of places across Scotland that can help improve their reading, writing or numbers. Let's see what kind of help's on offer.
I was 15 when I left school and I had a job to go to and I wasn't very good at my numbers and I knew I had to learn my numbers to learn a trade as a painter and decorator.
If I was working in a factory and I had to count or read or write or something, it just didn't work out. I was just getting made a foolie.
The first time I let along I was quite nervous and I didn't really know what to expect and I just really tried to settle in. My tutor helped me settle in and gave me all the help I needed.
People who work there are really friendly and warm and they take you as an individual.
Nothing like going to school. It's completely different.
Like, you can always go in, hear a laugh, hear a wee joke and that.
You come in and you sit and you tell your tutor what it is you want to do.
If 1 week you know, you can only make it in the morning time or whatever, and the following week you've got something else on, for instance, a doctor's appointment or whatever, they're very flexible. They'll say, OK, we can make it another day and whatever time it's going to suit you better.
Big Plus has helped me realise that there is more to life.
What the Big Plus has done for me is actually got me back into learning.
You'll get a better life, so just go and do it.
Don't be feared, or shy, or frightened. Just pick up the phone, dial a number, look at me ad on it.
So there's lots of support on offer, and you can see how much people have gained from coming along. If you or anyone you know might benefit from help with reading, writing and numbers, call the Big Plus on 0808 100 1080.
Ona je ena najbolj sončnih, prijetnih oseb v tem kolektivu. Primorka, ki je vedno pripravljena na prijazno besedo, na dobro voljo, na akcijo.
Imela sem hudo prometno nesrečo, po enem letu sem prišla do delodajalca, delodajalec mi je dal roko in rekel, Liljana, hvala za tvoje delo in nasvidenje, sem pristala na zavodu. Ponudili so mi delo v knjižnici, kjer sem začela razvijati prav ta servis na podlagi lastne izkušnje. Veste, kaj je največji štos? Da sem jaz vedno mislila, da knjižnica ni zame. Da so tam samo taki ljudje, ki pač se znajo učiti, ki so zelo inteligentni.
In na njeno pobudo je nastala borza dela v knjižnici Maribor, v knjižnici v Celju in v Velenju.
Ponosna sem tudi na to, da delam v knjižnici Fužine, s tem vračam tudi v svojo krajevno skupnost. Vsako drugo sredo izvajam pač coachinge. Te delavnice so tako v knjižnici Fužine, kot v knjižnici Otona Župančiča, kot v knjižnici Bežigrad, v knjižnici Vič. In zelo vesela sem, ko so me povabili tudi v knjižnico Dobrova.
In tam so tudi ta predavanja, ta izobraževanja, ki jih ona izvaja, zelo dobrodošla in zelo dobro sprejeta.
K njej pridejo dolgotrajno brezposelni, ljudje z psihičnimi motnjami, iskalci prve zaposlitve, tako ali drugače obupani nad iskanjem zaposlitve.
Je izjemna oseba, ki zna pogledati v človeka in najdete v njemu to bistvo, za vprašanje iz njega pripeljati te vsebine in potem pritisniti na tipko deluj. Tako je nastala moja diplomska naloga.
Za iskalce zaposlitve, ki morda potrebuje pomoč pri vključitvi v trg dela, je
Liljana Pahor, odlična izbira. Topla, srčna dama, ki je obenem izvrstna svetovalka in predavateljica.
Mene je strah šole. Jaz se težko učim, ker pa če jaz izobražujem ljudi neformalno, rabim tudi jaz dosti znanj. Zato sem se upisala na dobo fakulteto in se izobražujem nadaljavo. In moram priznati, da je zelo zanimivo to učenje. In moj največji uspeh je, ko pride nekdo mi reče, sem dobil zaposlitev. Lili, sem naredil diplomo. Lili, dobil sem 4 razgovore. To mi je užitek, vidim, da so uspešni.
Na zavodu sem pač prijavljen že dlje časa kot brezposlena oseba. Res spoštujem te nasvete in res vesel sem, da obstajajo taki ljudje. Veste, ni jih veliko, ki bi svetovali ali pa pomagali. Gospa ima zmeren čas. Saj zame lahko povem, verjamem pa, da tudi za druge.
Varför lyckas folkhögskolans lärare? Ja, det är en fråga som vi kommer försöka besvara på Folkbildningsrådets seminarium i Almedalen den 2 juli klockan 1. Och en av dem som kommer med på seminariet är forskaren Per Andersson från Linköpings universitet. Du har ju varit med och gjort en studie nu om folkhögskolans lärare. Kan du berätta lite kort om den studien?
Ja, vi har gjort en studie av vad folkhögskolelärare gör, vad de ägnar sin tid åt egentligen under sin arbetstid under veckans alla 7 dagar. Men även av hur de ser på sin egen kunskap och kompetensbehov och även hur ett antal rektorer ser på lärarnas kompetens och kompetensbehov.
Och vilka är de i grova drag slutsatserna ni har kommit fram till i den här studien?
Ja, en slutsats i relation till den här frågan om varför folkhögskolelärare lyckas med sitt arbete, det kan väl vara att de arbetar mycket, lägger mycket tid på arbetet. Det är ju i sig en fara, för det kan ju bli för mycket också, men just att de lägger mycket tid på sitt arbete och är engagerade är ju en framgångsfaktor i sig. Också att det inte bara undervisning de ägnar sig åt, utan även de kringaktiviteter som är en del av folkhögskolans kännetecken, där man ägnar sig åt sina deltagare även i andra sammanhang än just i själva undervisningssituationen i ett klassrum. Man kan väl också se att de har en uppfattning av sig själva, att de har förhållandevis bra kompetens på det som handlar om undervisningen och det centrala i det. Och rektorerna är också nöjda med sina lärares kunnande. Men man ser kanske också ett behov av att stärka sin kompetens. Och det pekar på att lärarna har ett engagemang för deltagarna med. För det de ser som kompetensbehov speciellt handlar om att möta deltagare med behov av särskilt stöd av olika slag. Det vill de lära sig mer utav för att kunna lyckas ännu bättre i sitt arbete.
Ja, tack för det. Och vill du veta mer om folkhögskolan och folkhögskolans lärare och varför de är en framgångsfaktor, så är du varmt välkommen till vårt seminarium i Almedalen. Alltså den 2 juli klockan 1 på Högskolan Gotland. Eller så går det väldigt bra att följa seminariet i direktsändning på vår hemsida folkbildning.se.
Mit einer Aktienwertsteigerung hin.
Meine Damen und Herren, kommen wir zum Geschäftsbericht. Jansen, tragen Sie doch bitte mal vor.
Ja, das ist ja eher Sache unseres Chief Financial Officers, nicht wahr?
Jetzt habe ich meine Brille im Wagen liegen lassen.
Ich bin noch ein wenig heiser vom Wochenende. Vom Feiern.
Frau Kirchner, kommen Sie bitte zum Vorlesen.
Über 7 Millionen Erwachsene in Deutschland können nicht richtig lesen und schreiben. Das Alpha-Telefon hilft weiter. Kostenlos unter 0800 53 33 44 55. Schreib dich nicht ab. Lern lesen und schreiben.
kurs, ja, i min tidligere spede ungdom, da jeg startet min opplæring. Så da gikk jeg på kurs som var tilrettelagt da. Og det var særlig dutje-kurs i Karasjok i begynnelsen av 80-tallet, så jeg har hatt stor glede og stor nytte av de kursene. For jeg var jo skoleelev og gikk handel og kontor, og det var jo ikke tema dutje, og jeg var særlig interessert i det, så jeg har til og med fått papirer på det. Så det er jo en fenomenal ting. Det er jo klart at mange ganger man tenker å gå på det der kurset, det har ingen liksom verdi. Men i neste omgang da jeg skulle få vurdert min realkompetanse, så kom det til nytte. Og da hadde jeg faktisk et papir som bidro til at man kunne ta en utregning på de tingene.
For oss har det vært veldig viktig å få på plass Kunnskapens hus, sånn at folk ikke trenger å dra ut fra kommunen for å ta utdanning. For vår erfaring er jo at når de først drar, så drar de ofte for godt. Og derfor er det veldig viktig for oss at vi skal ha gode lokale utdanningstilbud innenfor alle nivå her i Tana. Vi ønsker jo at det skal være lys i dette bygget fra tidlig om morgenen til sent på kvelden.
Ja, jeg har 3 barn, og det betyr jo at jeg kan være hjemme. Jeg kan jo ikke flytte bort for å studere. Det er jo en helt umulighet. Men jeg tenker jo på at kommunen ved å ha et sånt her tilbud beholder kompetansen som man får gjennom studiesentrene. Men det er bra.
Nei, det her er for dårlig. Vi tar det i... Forelska. Eller... Ja! Det gjør vi. Forelska, og da mener jeg knallforelska. Himmelsbetalt. Kom igjen!
Dette er jo 7. gang vi har russerevy i ungdomstjenesten. Og vi kunne ikke ha vært den ressursen for ungdomstjeneste, altså som ungdomstjeneste heller, hvis ikke jeg hadde hatt de kursene som jeg har. Så må vel aldersgruppa mellom 12 og 20 år være den fineste aldersgruppa jeg vet om. Og vi har så ufattelig mye å lære ut av dem. Og jeg lærer noe nytt hver dag. Det kan være at de er i en sånn mellomfase mellom barn og voksen, og som gir oss noen perspektiver på livet. Og at jeg kan være med å formidle det her til andre, og få andre til å uttrykke seg fra scene, er jo en sånn tilfredsstillelse. Men jeg er veldig stolt av den kompetansen.
Ja, jeg har jo en lang fartstid som pårørende da, med at jeg selv har vokst opp i en heim med mor og far med psykiske lidelser. Og det ga meg jo i den privilegerte oppgaven jeg er i dag, da, sånn som jeg kan se det, komme så langt at jeg kan formidle det her som en erfaringsformidler, og nyttiggjøre sånn at andre mennesker kan slippe å gå den samme tunge veien. Og den gruppa som jeg ligger mitt i hjertet nærmest, er jo pårørende. Og barn som pårørende. Og det å kunne formidle ut til de og bevisstgjøre den gruppa der, var veldig viktig. Og når jeg attpåtil så innenfor høyskolene, og at det opp til bachelornivå ikke er såpass at pensumet er der, men det er ikke formidlet godt nok fra et brukerperspektiv. Og da tenkte jeg at ok, her må vi tilføye noe mer. Så er det en mye større berikelse for den som skal være i tjenesteapparatet og gå ut i sitt virke i jobb, og kunne ha det her med seg som pensum, altså fra virkeligheten. Ikke bare fra boka.
Og 1, 2, 3, 4.
Og leder storbandet hele året, og så kommer det da noen inn som på en måte de gir både storbandet og ikke minst meg påfyll, sånn at jeg liksom har ting jeg kan jobbe videre med, at jeg ser hva vi skal jobbe med fram mot neste år, og så kommer det kanskje da en som kan ta finishen til slutt.
Vi prøver en gang til. Dette skal vi få til.
Jeg tror de aller fleste har skjønt meningen med livet, og det er ikke noe særlig mening uten musikk.
her dugnadene som vi nå vanligvis kjører, altså måten man jobber på, så er det jo sikkert veldig mye av det, hvis man tenker seg om, som faktisk er en læresituasjon. Når vi setter i stand bestyreriboligen, fjerner råteskade, feller inn nytt treverk, setter på maletapet, male. Alle de prosessene, det er jo kunnskap. I den begrunnelsen til fredninga så er jo det her med å ta vare på byggeskikk, og videreføre og lære opp er et viktig poeng.
Opplæring, det her stikkordet.
Men vi har aldri kommet dit hen at man har liksom tenkt i de banene at det her er noe som vi faktisk kan bruke. Så vi har mye å ta fatt i.
Ja. Da vil jeg jo anbefale å ta kontakt med Studieforbundet. For der finnes jo kompetansen på hvordan legge opp en studieplan, hvordan legge opp en kursplan.
Og jeg vil enda kanskje tilføye det her med meg selv som er håndverksutøver, do-it-utøver, og denne gleden med å kunne skape noe og få et håndfast produkt ut av det, det tror jeg også for mange som deltar på kurs. Å kunne ta igjen tradisjoner og håndverk som har vært kanskje fra bestemor, fra mor, men kanskje du ikke har fått tilegnet kunnskap om fordi at du har valgt akademisk utdanning. Men som voksen å gå på dette kurset, og denne gleden at du har skapt det selv, den verdien tror jeg, den er nesten så at man ikke kan gjøre den om til hverken kroner eller øre, men den menneskelige verdien, den er kostbar.
I've always been good with my hands, but reading and writing were never my strong points. When my brother immigrated, I wanted to keep in touch with him, so I took the course. Now I chat to him on email. I even discovered how to book cheap flights online. It's like a new world. I can't wait to see him again.
If reading, writing or working with numbers is holding you back, call 1800 2020 65 to get the skills you need. This free and confidential service is supported by An Post.
(0810 20 0810) Ihr nächster Auftrag.
Aber M.
Ich weiß, Sie wollten pausieren, um sich weiterzubilden. Aber bei diesem Auftrag können Sie das Nützliche mit dem Angenehmen verbinden. In einer kleinen Alpenrepublik, in einer Provinzstadt, gibt es ein Ausbildungszentrum für Geheimagenten. Das Projekt heißt BB. Unsere Konkurrenten sind begeistert davon. Das ist alles, was wir wissen. Besorgen Sie sich so viele Informationen wie möglich.
Kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Ja, ich suche ein Ausbildungszentrum.
Meinen Sie den Wissensturm? Der ist gleich hier. Aber Sie sind nicht aus Österreich.
Nein, ich komme aus England. Ich mache eine Bildungsreise.
Das passt ganz gut. Kommen Sie mit, wir haben den gleichen Weg. Übrigens, mein Name ist Nikita.
Blond, James Blond.
Und 0810 20 0810. Seien Sie vorsichtig.
Kennst du dich im Wissensturm gut aus?
Ja, ich bin Studentin und mache gerade mein Praktikum hier. Du hast hier viele Möglichkeiten. Schau, das ist zum Beispiel die Bibliothek. Komm mit. Ups. Wir dürfen nicht stören. Das ist eine BB-Gruppe. Komm, ich zeige dir lieber Seminarräume.
BB-Gruppe. Erste heiße Spur.
And learning age.
English, that's very important. Okay. Patrick.
Native Speakerin. Sie arbeiten wirklich mit allen Mitteln.
Bei den Tonwörtern tut man etwas. Die kann man in Personen setzen und in verschiedene Zeiten.
Sehr individuell. Beeindruckend. Wow, letzter Stand der Technik. Ich sollte herausfinden, wie viele Absolventen dieses Kurses in England eingesetzt werden.
Ich kann dir noch was zeigen. James, ich muss dir was sagen. Wir wissen, wer du bist. Und ich bin auch keine Studentin. Ich arbeite hier im Projekt BB. Das ist nämlich die Abkürzung für Basisbildung. Und weil du schon so viel gesehen hast, wir können dich nicht gehen lassen. Du bleibst bei uns. Aber das wird dir sicher gut gefallen. Uns unterstützen solche mächtige Organisationen wie das BMUKK, die EAEA, das Land OÖ und wir haben WBA-Lizenz.
Einen schönen guten Abend, ich bin euer neuer Trainer. Mein Name ist Blond. James Blond.
Was immer ich auch tue, wird mir heute gelingen. Das ist mein Leben, das ist mein Tag und es geht weiter, immer weiter. Ich feier den Moment, oh, komm, wir feiern den Moment. Ich feier den Moment, oh, komm, wir feiern den Moment. Oh ja, ich feier den Moment, oh, komm, wir feiern den Moment. Oh ja, ich feier den Moment, oh, komm, wir feiern den Moment.
I'm doing a degree on education and training. Going to start my second semester next week. Mature students going back have made a conscious decision on what they want to do with their lives, and they're not going to let anything stop them. I'm there to learn, I'm there to do something. I want a career. This is definitely where I want to go.
Yaintus Adult Learners Festival, February 25th to March 2nd. Find an event happening near you at adultlearnersfestival.com or call 01406 8220.
Max, there's a spare place in today's course so you can get started in your qualification. I've got Julie to cover for you. Come on, it's just in here.
Steve, this is just what you need. You'd be great at this job.
I can't let the board. Let's have a look.
Oh, that's great money. Here, take the phone. It's ringing.
Dad, can you help me with my homework again?
What word are you stuck on now?
The sums.
Look, I don't really have time for this just now.
1 in 5 adults in Scotland needs help with reading, writing or numbers. With the Big Plus, you can brush up on your words or numbers. It's relaxed, free and could take as little as a couple of hours a week.
If you want to feel more confident about reading, writing and using numbers, call free on 0808 100 1080 or visit thebigplus.com.
My dad never got a chance to finish school. He started work at my age. Hard to imagine. He always struggled with reading and writing. I never believed he would do anything about it. But now, after the course, he loves his books and the papers. And he loves helping me with my homework.
If reading, writing or working with numbers is holding you back, call 1800 2020 65 to get the skills you need. This free and confidential service is supported by An Post.
I just feel the whole world is there for me just to experience. For me, I mean, going back to education, first and foremost, I was able to sit down and read a story to my kids. And that was number one. And that was, and as my kids progressed and as I progressed in learning, to sit down with my daughter going into first year school and help her with this big word like algebra, a word I didn't even know what it meant prior to I going back to education. And I was after doing my leaving cert, and just to be able to help her with this algebra sum and go down to A, B and C, and she turned around. She says, Daddy, you should be teaching me, you're better than teachers at school. Man, it's some feeling. I thought I was going back into this classroom that I came out of 25 years prior to that. It took me a while to adapt it. All of a sudden that there was a teacher there that I could call him Joe or John and ask him a question. That he wasn't the teacher that I grew up with.
It's just so friendly when you go into that classroom. You really wouldn't know who's the student and who's the tutor. I think they're angels, actually.
But my one-to-one teacher, I mean, I don't even call him teacher. We work on the first-name basis.
Recently, we have just taken on a guide dog for a year, a pup. Something that I would have thought didn't involve reading or writing. I was handed a manual of, I'd say, 90 pages, a hardback book that I was to read from cover to cover. Initially, when I took the dog, I would have never thought, you know what I mean, that it would have involved reading or writing. Well, I was wrong. The dog does come with a lot of reading. It surprised me, and it kind of brought me to thinking that no matter what you do in life, in some form, it will involve reading or writing. If I had took it on 10 years ago, the dog would have went back with the manual not opened. You know what I mean? But I got there in the end.
Well, with the exams, that's all up to yourself. I mean, you don't have to do any exams. I'm not doing any exams. But I mean, you can do an exam that's, if you're good enough to do an exam in 12 months, do it.
It's all more or less at your own pace. And the tutors will facilitate wherever your learning ability is. You don't have to feel there's exams and all study.
You're reading something like this, and you probably can see it now in that sense, you realise it. Adult education is free, and even the phone call you make is free.
It's brilliant. You just free phone call, and they'll guide you right through to all the courses.
There's courses there to facilitate you. If you're on shift work, you can do it during the daytime. It can be either morning or afternoon, and there's also courses there in the evening time to suit people that are on day work. So, you know, there's no excuse.
Whatever time of the day you're free, they will accommodate you.
Like years ago, you were told they always went to do it. You know, but with the added education, you can do it anytime you want.
There is one-to-one tuition, and it's there for as long as you need it. You can progress into a group from one-to-one, or you can stay in one-to-one and have your own tutor, and nobody needs to know.
Personally, there, that's what I do a one-to-one at the moment, but now I'm going into the bigger class.
Moving from the one-to-one to the class experience, it's a huge plus. A huge plus. You meet other people that are in the situation you're in. You can share your experiences you had, and it helps to take away some of that stigma. And you can help each other in many, many ways.
You go in and you learn at your ability. You know, at your own pace. You set your pace, and your tutor will facilitate you.
There's a huge weight off your shoulders. You don't feel that you're stupid like you thought you were years ago.
People have different ways of learning. So I know now, if I go back to something 10 times, it's not because I'm stupid. That's the way I learn. You pick up, and that's the way I'm learning. So even just knowing that is brilliant.
It's confidential from as soon as you walk through the door. You walk into a centre and you're among many in a corridor that you wouldn't know whether they were adults back in learning or the karate class or you walk down with your folder, and you could be anybody going to any class available in the college on that given night or day.
What you tell your tutor is private, it's confidential, so you don't need to worry about you know, oh, so-and-so sees you down there, or you're seen going in. Lots of people use the centres now for different things. It's nobody's business apart from your own.
You go back, if you ring in the morning, you have the option of a one-to-one tutor. And you also have the option of going into a group situation. And even within ARALE, you can go online and you can do your tuition online. There's an opportunity there as well if you wish to do it from home. Or you can phone ARALE, have a resource room, and they can provide you with resource books to work with at home as well.
We fell through the education and here is our second chance. And like, there were so many people grabbing that chance with both hands.
Well, did you know there's 45,000 people like me? There's 140 adult education centres in Ireland. So, I mean, there's plenty of them there. There's only a phone call away. Pick up the phone, that's it, and it'll make a huge change in their life. It's made a big change in my life anyway.
I always remember the first email I sent. And, you know, the way you hear a little click, it'll go ding. And it came up, sent. I nearly fell off the chair. Wouldn't believe it.
I've knocked all my barriers down. I don't think there is a barrier in front of me, because I will try anything now.
Well, with the phone now, I couldn't even understand the texts before. But now I text it all the time.
I don't think there is a door that I can't open.
Some of the people with literacy difficulties here in this country, they have 10 times more to offer to society. I always say I'd love to catch people by the hand and bring them the road I can, because it has been a roller coaster for me and the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Здруженијето Сумнал им објави војна на стереотипите и предрасудите за ромите, наметнати од медиумите и пошироката јавност преку документарен филм насловен Учеството на ромите во развојот на современото македонско општество. Преку промоција на позитивните аспекти на ромската култура и роми професионалци во своите професии и занимања, филмот ја праќа пораката дека во Македонија постојат и роми кои учествуваат во креирањето на јавните политики и одлучуваат за еднината на државата.
Многу значајно во филмот е што ќе имаме можност да ги видиме позитивните роми кои што даваат придонес во изградбата на современото македонско општество. Тоа се може да видиме доктори, правници, јавни личности во областа на културата, НВО и така натаму. Меѓутоа исто многу ни е битно во овој филм да се намалат стереотипите и предрасудите кои што постојат за ромската заедница, и вториот битен елемент е да ги мотивираме ромската генерација, особено ромските ученици, да продолжат со образованието во средните училишта и да се запишат на факултетите.
Документарниот филм Учество на ромите во развојот на современото македонско општество, освен во Битола, беше промовиран и во Скопје, а ќе се прикаже и во уште неколку градови низ републиката. Проектот го финансираше ОПСЕ и делегацијата на Европската унија во Македонија.
The first birthday card I ever wrote was to my daughter. That was a big step for me. It's something I couldn't have done before. I never realised, but my problem with writing was really affecting my confidence. The course changed all that. And it's not just my spelling that's improved.
If reading, writing or working with numbers is holding you back, Call 1800 2020 65 to get the skills you need. This free and confidential service is supported by
I
An
hope
Post.
you can hear me. I must be very careful. For now I'm a prisoner. Just saying it sends a shiver down my spine. I'm a prisoner at the Tower of London.
We accepted the task because we wanted to save our book and the bookkeeper. We went on a quest to find the bookkeeper and we used iPads to scan story fragments with clues.
Fortunate students from local primary schools have been sent to the Tower on a quest to release the bookkeeper, a fictional character imprisoned in the Queen's House.
I like to make the videos and the pictures, scanning the posts.
This quest is about empowering the students to become palace explorers. To release the bookkeeper, they must become experts on the Tower's many stories and authors of their own.
I watched videos of the bookkeeper sending us secret messages, found out some of the letters for the password, which is up there.
Definitely with ICT it's been good because being able to get into class and by the end of it the kids are able to operate the blog, copy and paste between Word and the blog compared to the beginning where they really struggled to access it on the internet.
This unique interactive learning experience allows students to immerse themselves in the site and the stories whilst learning both storytelling and digital literacy skills.
It's great. Using the iPads it gets the kids interested because it's a toy almost for them, but they don't realise that they're learning, especially when using like the audio booze where you get to talk, and also the drawings that they did, and then the writing and posting.
It goes on to the message, and then you can go on to an app that's like you can draw, and you can write a secret message to the bookkeeper.
Yeah, he obviously tells us everything when he gets home of what his day's been like and about the project, and then every evening it was nothing more than everything about the project. Nothing else at school was remembered bar the project, so it was a big thing for his life about remembering and being interested in something like that.
The iPads also allow the students to record their own findings along with the collected multimedia content. All of these can be accessed online back at school after the visit and combined by the explorers to create their own stories.
These stories are all connected with people around this tower, and we're going to need friends and family to help us put them all back in the book.
At the same time, and also as part of the project, parents of students work on a range of photographic projects inspired by the tower.
What is your favourite part of your home and why?
My favourite part of the home is the kitchens. It's where we eat meals and talk about our day.
Where did the object come from?
It comes from my grandma in Ukraine.
Why does the object remind you of home?
My home is very cuddly and so is Rebecca.
Again, using iPads, these adult learners create their own digital stories based on the themes that bring the tower and school communities together to celebrate our shared heritage.
I mean, I've actually learnt how to sort of engage with my son in using technology, which is actually, it's always been sort of a tool where you felt that it was mainly for games and things, but actually it's been really good to use as an activity, for a family activity at home as well.
The one important thing that I did learn was doing more stuff together with my children. Where they're different ages, Jade is nearly 9 and Layla's 4, I tend to do things separately and more sort of to do with their age, but now I learned to include both of them in the activities and do it all together as a family, which is really good.
You are now nearly free. However, that is due to these children. You have one last thing to do, though. The children must now read their stories out loud. Then, I will set you free from the tower. Go.
She has long wavy, silky hairs with brown hair.
The rude and selfish kid
on the window, and Zatina's a bit gazed out of the rusty window, out of the damp, dark cellar.
Everybody knew his name, Colonel Thomas Blood. And he thought, well, for a start, I've got to change my name. So he changed his name to Thomas Ailiff. Yes, I know.
The amount that it developed, because it was a tangible thing being at the tower, something they could see, it was a starting point for them, and their imagination took over and they understood the structure of the story and how to put it together, which impressed me.
At the end of the project, teachers, children and their families come together for a celebration event at the Tower, where they share their created stories, free the bookkeeper and receive their Palace Explorer badge and certificate.
Herrgott, was ist denn nur los? Gestern verreckt mir die Karre und jetzt diesen Scheiß! Welcher Depp hat denn das da draufgestellt? Rupert, sag mal, siehst du dieses Schild nicht? Kannst du nicht lesen? Soll ich es vielleicht auch größer schreiben? Oder kannst du nicht lesen? Rupert!
Chef, der Mann kann nicht lesen. Du kannst nicht lesen?
Und ich hab das die ganzen Jahre nicht gemerkt.
Über 7 Millionen Menschen in Deutschland können nicht richtig lesen und schreiben. Das Alpha-Telefon hilft weiter. Kostenlos unter 0800 5333 4455. Schreib dich nicht ab. Lern lesen und schreiben.
Can you help me with my homework again?
What are you stuck on now?
There's some sums.
Look, I don't really have time for this just now.
Yeah, and that's great for your first day. Now, see all the bread with today's date? Could you mark it down to half price?
One in 5 adults in Scotland needs help with reading, writing or numbers. With the Big Plus, you can brush up on your words or numbers. It's relaxed, free and could take as little as a couple of hours a week.
If you want to feel more confident about reading, writing and using numbers, call free on 0808 100 1080 or visit thebigplus.com.
Taking the first step, making the first call, can be a bit daunting, but don't worry. All over Ireland there's 45,000 people attending adult literacy courses in their local VEC centre. People like you, people like me, people of all ages and all walks of life. There are loads of courses to choose from. If you think you work better on your own, there is one-to-one tuition to suit your needs. If you like working with other people, you might like to join a group situation in your local VEC Adult Literacy Centre. Or if you don't have time to attend the class, we offer over the phone or online courses. These courses are completely free and confidential. So get in touch today and contact us on 1-800 20 20 65 and one of our friendly operators will be there to help you out. Or you can contact your local adult literacy VEC centre and all the numbers are on this page. Education changed my life, so come along and see the benefits for yourself.